Hello, good morning, my dear children. This is your Balachandra. Now, in this video, I am going to explain you Poorvi new textbook, Unit 1, Wit and Wisdom from 8th class. Here in this unit, the first lesson name is The Wit That Won Hearts. The Wit That Won Hearts. Here, the wit means quick intelligence, clever thinking, and humor. Won hearts means gained love and affection of people. Gained love. Here, the title The Wit That Won Hearts refers to the cleverness and intelligence of Tenali Ramakrishna. In the story, he uses his quick thinking and humorous way of speaking to solve a serious problem between Krishna Devaraya and Tirumalamba. Instead of directly telling the king that he was wrong, Rama cleverly uses an example about sowing seeds and yawning. This makes the king realize his mistake on his own because of his intelligence and a gentle approach. He not only solves the problem but also wins the appreciation and love of everyone in the court. So, the title means that Rama's wit means cleverness, helped him win the hearts, love and respect of the people in the court. Here, win the hearts of the king, queen, and others. So, now I would like to give you a brief introduction of the lesson. Here, the lesson talks about the greatness of the Vijayanagara Empire, one of the most powerful kingdoms in Indian history. It focuses especially on Krishna Devaraya, who was a great king known for his bravery, wisdom, and love for art and literature. His rule is called the Golden Era because many cultural activities like poetry, architecture, and education developed greatly during his time. The lesson highlights his achievements both as a ruler and as a writer. So, this is a brief introduction of the wit that won hearts. Now, we are going to enter into the lesson. Okay, so he is Sri Krishna Devaraya. Here, the Vijayanagara Empire was renowned for its glory, wealth, and cultural achievements. Here, renowned means famous, famous. Glory means great honor. Here, the Vijayanagara Empire was very famous all over the world. Renowned means famous. Renowned means well known or famous. So, it was known for its richness, powerful status, and great contribution to culture like art, music, and literature. Among its many illustrious rulers, King Krishnadevaraya ruled 1509 to 29, stood out as a wise and powerful monarch. Here, illustrious means famous and respected. Illustrious means respected and famous. Illustrious means stood out. Here, stood out means different from others. Was special, very special, or different from others. Here, monarch means king. Monarch means king. Here, among all the great kings of the Vijayanagara Empire, Krishnadevaraya was the most outstanding. He was known for his intelligence and strong leadership. His reign is often referred to as the golden era of the Vijayanagara Empire, a time when art, literature, and architecture flourished. Here, reign Reen means Reen, R-E-I-G-N. Here the pronunciation of this word is Reen. Here Reen means period of time. Reen means period of time. Golden era. Golden era means best and most successful period. Golden era means respected and famous. Golden era means best and most successful period. Flourished means flourished. Flourished means grew and developed well. Grew and developed well. So here the period when Krishnadevaraya rule is considered the best time in the empire's history. During this time, arts, literature, and building construction developed very well. A great patron of learning, Krishnadevaraya was not only an eminent warrior but also a gifted poet. Here, patron means supporter or promoter. A great pattern of learning. Here, pattern means supporter or promoter. Eminent. An eminent. Eminent means famous and respected. Eminent means famous and respected. Eminent. Eminent. Famous. Gifted. Gifted means talented. Gifted means talented. Here, Krishnadevaraya strongly supported education and scholars. He was not only a brave and skilled fighter, but also a talented poet. His works such as epic Amuktamalida and the Sanskrit drama Jambavati Parinayam are acclaimed even today. Here his works epic. Epic means a long and important poem. Long and important poem. Drama means a play. Drama means a play. Acclaimed. Acclaimed means praised and appreciated. Praised and appreciated. Acclaimed means praised and appreciated. So, the literary work written by Krishnadevaraya like Amuktamalida and Jambavati Parinayam are still respected and appreciated today. So this is the quote of Sri Krishnadevaraya. Krishnadevaraya's court was home to 8 celebrated poets collected known as the Ashtadhiggajas. Court. Court means king's palace and group of advisors. Court means celebrated, well known and respected. Collectively, the grouply. Collectively means group, as a group. Ashtadhiggajas. Group of 8 great poets are called Ashtadhiggajas. Here in the royal court of Krishnadevaraya had 8 famous poets. These poets were together called the Ashtadhiggajas, meaning 8 great scholars. Ashtadhiggajas means 8 great scholars. Next, these poets including Alasani Peddana and Tenali Ramakrishna enriched the literary tradition with their masterpieces. Enriched. Here enriched means enriched. Enriched means made better or improved. Enriched means better or improved. Literary tradition. Literary tradition means writing culture or literature. Masterpieces means great works of art or writing. Great works. Masterpieces means great works. Here the poets such as Alasani Peddana and Tenali Ramakrishna improved and strengthened literature by writing excellent and memorable works. Next, Tenali Ramakrishna in particular was known for his quick wit and humor, earning him a special place in the king's court as both a poet and a witty advisor. Particular, in particular means especially. In particular means especially. In particular. Quick wit means ability to think fast and cleverly. Quick wit means ability to think fast and cleverly. Humor, sense of fun, ability to make others laugh. Humor means. Advisor means a person who gives advice. Here, among all the poets, Tenali Ramakrishna was especially famous for his intelligence and humor. Because of this, he became very important in the king's court, serving both as a poet and a clever advisor. His clever solutions to seemingly insurmountable problems made him a beloved figure in the empire's history. Insurmountable means undefeatable. Undefeatable. Here, clever. Clever means smart and intelligence. Clever means smart and intelligence. Seemingly, seemingly means appearing to be. Appearing to be. Seemingly means appearing to be. Insurmountable. Insurmountable means very difficult or impossible to solve. Very difficult or impossible to solve. Undefeatable. Beloved. Loved by many people. Beloved means loved by many people. Here, Tenali Ramakrishna solved very difficult problems in smart ways. Even problems that looked impossible were solved by him, which made him very popular and loved by people. Next paragraph. Even the wisest rulers face moments of disharmony, and at one such time, the king had a quarrel with his queen. Here, wisest means most intelligent and experienced. Wisest means most intelligent. Disharmony means lack of peace. Disharmony, lack of peace and conflict. Conflict. Disharmony means conflict or lack of peace. Quarrel. Quarrel means argument or fight. Seemingly means appearing to be. Seemingly means appearing to be. Trivial. Trivial means small, not important. Trivial means small, not important. Trivial matter. Okay. Even the wisest ruler faced moments of disharmony and at one such time the king had quarrel with his queen, Tirumulamba, Tirumulamba, over all seemingly trivial matter. Trivial matter. Here, trivial means small, not important. Even very intelligent kings sometimes face problems in their personal life. At one such time, the king had an argument with his queen, Tinulamba, over a small and unimportant issue. For weeks, he did not utter a single word to her, and in his frustration, stopped visiting her altogether. Utter means to speak. Frustration means feeling of anger or annoyance. Feeling of anger or annoyance. Altogether means completely. Altogether means completely. For many weeks, the king did not speak to the queen at all because he was angry and upset. He completely stopped going to meet her. His absence cast a shadow over the palace, and the once cheerful corridors seemed quiet and forlorn. Forlorn. Here, absence means not being present. Cast a shadow, created a sadness or gloom. Corridors means hallways inside a place or building. Corridor means hallways inside a palace or building. Forlorn means sad and lonely. Forlorn means sad and lonely. Lonely. Here, because the king was not visiting the queen, the palace atmosphere became sad. The halls that were once lively and happy became silent and lonely. Next paragraph. Tirumalamba, distraught and upset, tried her best to resolve the issue but failed. Distraught means very worried and sad. Distraught means very worried and sad. Very worried and sad. Upset. Upset means unhappy, disturbed. Next, resolve means solves a problem. Here, Queen Thirumalamba was very sad and worried because of the quarrel. She made many efforts to solve the problem and make peace, but she was not successful. But she was not successful. With no other alternative, she decided to seek the help of Tenali Rama, the court's brilliant and witty poet. Alternative, another choice. Seek means to ask for. Brilliant means very intelligent. Witty means clever and funny. Here, since she had no other option, the queen decided to ask for help from Tenali Ramakrishna, who was known for his intelligence and humor. Intelligence and humor. Next, Rama listened patiently as the queen recounted the incident in detail. Patiently means calmly, without hurry. Recounted means told again. Incident means event or situation. Here Tenali Rama calmly listened while the queen explained the entire incident clearly and in detail. The king wrote a poem. She began, her voice trembling. Trembling means shaking due to fear or emotion. Trembling means shaking due to fear or emotion. The queen started telling the story. The king wrote a poem. She began, her voice trembling. Here, trembling means shaking. Here, the queen started telling the story. She was very emotional and nervous. So, her voice was shaking as she spoke. It was filled with it was filled with vague expressions, sun, moon, stars, beautiful sky, but it made so sense. It made no sense. Here, vague. Vague means unclear, not easy to understand. Vague means unclear, not easy to understand. Expressions means words or phrases used to describe something. Here, the king's poem contained many unclear and unconfusing ideas like sun, moon, and stars. Even though the words sounded noise, the words sounded nice, the poem did not have a clear meaning. Next, when he tried when he tried reciting it to his ministers, they all avoided him, making excuses. Reciting means reading aloud. Ministers means royal advisors. Avoided means stayed away. Excuses means reasons to escape a situation. Here, when the king tried to read his poem to his ministers, they did not want to listen. So, they made reasons and stayed away from him. It was late evening when he came to me seeking an audience. Seeking, trying to get. Audience means a meeting with someone important. Audience. Here later that night the king came to the queen to meet her and share his poem. He began reciting to me, but I was so exhausted after a tiring day that I yawned not once but several times. Exhausted. Exhausted means very tired. Yawning means opening mouth due to tiredness. అలా ఆవిలింతలన్నమాట. బాగా టైడ్నెస్ తోటి ఆవిలించడాన్ని మనం యానింగ్. ఇట్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ యానింగ్. Here, the king started reading the poem to the queen, but she was very tired from the whole day's work. Because of this, she yawned many times. The king thought I was disrespecting his poem and stormed off. Disrespecting, not showing respect. Stormed off means left angrily. Stormed off means left angrily. కోపంగా వెళ్ళిపోవడం. Here the king misunderstood the queen. He thought she was insulting his poem, so he became angry and left immediately. Since then, he has not spoken to me. From that day onwards, the king stopped talking to the queen. If I had known this would happen, I would have chosen another day. So, chosen means selected. The queen says that if she had known this problem would occur, she would have met the king on another day when she was not tired. She has not. If I had known this would happen, if I would have chosen another day. Help me, please, Rama. Only you can help the king understand. Here, the queen requests Tenali Ramakrishna to help her. She believes that only he can make the king understand the situation. Okay. So, she is the wife of the king and he is Tenali Ramakrishna. Rama nodded thoughtfully. So, nodded means moved head up and down to show agreement. Thoughtfully means in a careful and thinking manner. Careful and thinking manner. Here, Tenali Ramakrishna listened to the queen and agreed silently by nodding his head. He was thinking carefully about the problem. If you like, I will try my best to resolve this matter, Your Highness. Resolve means solve. Your Highness means a respectful way to address a queen or king. Here, Rama politely told the queen that if she agrees, he will do his best to solve the problem. But this needs a well planned approach, and I may need time to find the right strategy. Well planned means carefully prepared. Approach means method or way of doing something. Strategy means a plan to solve a problem. Here Rama said that his problem cannot be solved quickly. It needs a proper plan and he will take some time to think and find the best solution. The queen who had placed her last hope is in Rama agreed and thanked him profusely. Here, placed her last hope means fully trusted as a final option. Profusely means very much, a lot. Profusely means very much, a lot. Here, the queen trusted Rama completely as her last hope. She agreed to his plan and thanked him very much. The next morning, the royal court was bustling with activity. Royal court, King's Hall, where meetings are held. Bustling means full of movements and activity. The next day morning, the King's court was very busy. Many activities were happening and people were moving around actively. Ministers, scholars, and courtiers filled the courtroom. It's intricately intricately curved pillars towering towards a high ceiling. Here scholars means learned people, courtiers means people who serves in the king's court. Intricately means intricately curved means designed with detailed artwork. Pillars means columns that supports a building. Towering means very tall. Here the court was filled with ministers, learned people and royal servants. The hall had beautifully designed pillars that were very tall and reached up to the high ceiling. Rays of sunlight streamed through the open windows, illuminating the floor, adorning with exotic rugs. Exquisite rugs. Here, rays means lines of light. Streamed means flowed continuously. Illuminating means being lighting up. Adorned means decorated. Exquisite means very beautiful and fine quality. Rugs means decorative carpets. Here, sunlight was entering through the window and lighting up the court. The floor was decorated with a beautiful carpets. Exquisite rugs. Despite the lively chatter, a tension hung in the air. Lively chatter, active talking. Tension means feeling of worry or uneasiness. Here, even though people were talking actively, there was a feeling of worry and uneasiness in the atmosphere. The king sat on his ornate throne, his expression stern, his sharp eyes scanning the room. Ornate, richly decorated. Throne, king's special seat. Stern, serious and strict. Scanning, looking carefully around. Here Sri Krishna Deva Raya was sitting on his beautifully decorated throne. He looked very serious and his eyes were carefully observing everyone in the court. It was evident that the unresolved quarrel still gnawed at him. Evident, clear eyes, clear, easy to see. Unresolved, not solved. Gnawed means kept troubling or bothering. Kept troubling or bothering. Gnawed means it was clear that the king was still disturbed by the unresolved fight with the queen. The problem was still troubled his mind. The court discussion was centered on improving paddy cultivation in the empire. Here, centered means focused on, paddy cultivation means growing rice, empire means kingdom. Here, the main topic of discussion in the royal court was how to improve rice farming in the kingdom. One by one, the ministers rose to present their ideas. Rose and stood up. Rose means stood up, present to explain or share. Here, each minister stood up one after another and shared their ideas and suggestions. Some suggested expanding irrigation networks, while others advocated for better manner. Here, irrigation networks means system that supply water to field. Expanding means increasing or developing more. Advocated means supported or recommended. Manner means a natural fertilizer. Here, some ministers suggested increasing water supply system for framing. Others recommended using better fertilizers to improve crop growth. Amid these suggestions, Tenali Rama stood quietly at the edge of the court, observing everyone with an amused smile. Amid means in the middle of. Amid means in the middle of. Observing, watching carefully. Amused means slightly entertained or smiling quietly. While all these discussions were going on, Tenali Ramakrishna stood silently at the side of the court. He was carefully watching everything with a slight smile, as if he found something interesting or funny. Finally, the king called upon Rama. Called upon means asked someone to come forward or speak. At last, the king asked Tenali Ramakrishna to come forward and share his ideas. The chatter in the court died down as all eyes turned to him. Chatter means talking noise. Died down means became quiet. Turned to him, focused on him. అందరూ తన వైపు చూశారన్నమాట. When Ramavit called, everyone in the court stopped talking. All the people looked at him with attention. Rama approached the throne carrying a plate full of paddy seeds. Here approached. Approached means came near. Plateful, a plate filled with something. Paddy seeds means rice seeds. Rama walked towards the king's throne while holding a plate full of rice seeds. Bowing low, he began, Your Majesty, I bring you a revolutionary type of paddy seeds. Bowing means bending forward as a sign of respect. అలా వంచడం, తల మెడ వంచుకొని బెండ్ అయ్యి రెస్పెక్ట్ఫుల్గా వంచడాన్ని, బెండ్ అవ్వడాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే బౌవింగ్ అంటాం. యువర్ మెజెస్టీ, రెస్పెక్ట్ఫుల్ వే టు అడ్రస్ ఎ కింగ్. Revolutionary means completely new and very effective. Here Rama showed a respect by bowing to the king. Then he said that he had brought a new and special kind of rice seeds. If these are shown, the yield will be three times greater than the current results. Here sown, S-O-W-N, sown means planted in the soil. Yield means amount of crop produced. Yield means amount of crop produced. Current means present. Here, Rama said that if these seeds are planted, the farmers will get three times more crop than they getting now. Okay, so a a murmur swept through the room. Murmur means low, soft talking sounds. కుసుకుసులాడడం అన్నమాట. Swept through, spread quickly. A soft sound of people talking quietly spread quickly across the court after hearing Rama's statement. One of the courtiers, known for his sarcasm, whispered just loud enough to be heard, "I wonder if these are magic seeds." Next, he will claim they grow without water. Courtiers, people in the king's court. Sarcasm means mocking or teasing way of speaking. Teasing way of speaking. Sarcasm means teasing way of speaking. Whispered, spoke softly. Claim, say something as true. Our court members, who was known for making fun of others, spoke softly but loud enough for people to hear. He joked that the seeds must be magical and said sarcastically that Rama might next say they can grow without water. Another muttered, perhaps he found them on the moon. Snickers replied through the coach. Snickers rippled through the coach. Muttered means spoke in a low, unclear voice. Perhaps, maybe. Another person in the court quickly joked that Rama might have brought the seeds from the moon, making fun of his claim. Snickers rippled through the coach. Here, Snickers means quiet laughs. Rippled means spread gradually. Spread gradually. Rippled means spread gradually. Snickers means quiet laughs. Many people in the court started laughing quietly, and the laughter spread across the room. The king frowned unimpressed. The king frowned unimpressed. Frown means showed displeasure by wrinkling the forehead. Frown means showed displeasure by wrinkling the forehead. Next, unimpressed means not amazed or not satisfied. Krishnadeva did not like Rama's idea. He showed his dissatisfaction by frowning. Next, that sounds absurd the muttered. Absurd means very unreasonable or silly. Muttered means spoke in a low voice. The king quietly said that Rama's idea sounded foolish or not believable. Such cultivation would need a special soil, manure, and pest and insects repellents. Cultivation means growing crops. Manure means fertilizer. Pest means harmful insects or animals. Repellents means things that kept insects away. Repellents means things that keep insects away. The king said that growing such crops would require special soil, good fertilizers, and protection from harmful insects. If by chance something were to go wrong, our farmers would suffer. By chance means if something happens unexpectedly, suffer means face problems or hardship. The king was worried that if anything failed in this experiment, the farmers would face serious problems and losses. Rama smiled, unfazed. Rama smiled, unfazed. Unfazed means not disturbed or not worried. Unfazed means not worried. Here Tenali Ramakrishna remained calm and confident. Even after hearing the king's doubts, he did not feel worried and smiled peacefully. That may be true, Your Majesty, but the real issue lies not with the seeds themselves, but with the persons who sows them. Who sows them. Here, issue means problem, lies means found, exists or found. Sows means plants or seeds in a soil. Here Rama politely agreed with the king and added an important point. He said the problem is not about the seeds, but about the person who plants them. This means success depends on the person's actions and ability. A whoosh fell over the coach as Rama's words hung in the air. Whoosh means complete silence. Hung in the air means remained in people's mind, creating suspense. Hung in the air means creating suspense. After Tenali Ramakrishna spoke, the entire court became silent. His words created suspense and everyone started thinking about what he meant. The king's eyebrows furrowed. The king's eyebrows furrowed. Here, furrowed means drawn together showing confusion or anger. Drawn together showing confusion or anger. Furrowed means showing anger. Krishnadeva showed confusion and anger by tightening his eyebrows. What is wrong with the person who sows the seeds? Speak clearly, Rama. He roared. Roared means speak loudly in anger. Speak clearly means explain properly. The king became angry and loudly asked Rama to explain what he meant. He wanted a clear answer about what was wrong with the person planting the seeds. Rama glanced around the court, his sharp gaze meeting the, the, the skeptical eyes of the courtiers. Here, glanced means looked quickly. Sharp gaze means keen and intelligent look. Skeptical. Skeptical means doubtful, not believing easily. Skeptical means doubtful, not believing easily. Courtiers means people in the courts, king's courts. Here, Tenali Ramakrishna looked quickly around the court. His intelligent eyes met the doubtful looks of the courtiers who were not fully believing him. If one were to sow seeds without proper care, no one would reap a good harvest, he said. He said, pausing for effect. Pausing for effect. Here, proper care means attention or careful handling. Reap means to harvest or get results. Harvest means crop yield. Pausing for effect. అంటే it means stopping briefly to create impact. Pausing for effect means create impact. Rama said that if seeds are planted carefully, no one can expect a good crop. He paused for a moment to make his words more powerful and meaningful. And what if the person had a habit of yarning while sowing? Wouldn't the seeds scatter unevenly? Habit means regular behavior. Yarning means opening mouth due to tiredness. Scatter means spread in different directions. Spread in different directions. Unevenly means not equally or properly. Unevenly means not equally or properly. Rama clearly asked what would happen if a person keeps yarning while planting seeds. He explained that the seeds would fall unevenly, leading to poor growth. This was a hint to the queen's situation. The court erupted into laughter, the earlier sarcasm replaced by genuine amusement. Erupted means suddenly burst out. Sarcasm is mocking tone. Genuine means real or true. Amusement means laughter or enjoyment. Here the whole court suddenly started laughing loudly. Earlier, people were making fun in a sarcastic way, but now they were laughing sincerely because they understood Rama's clever point. Even the king caught off God slightly and instinctively yawned. Caught off God, surprised unexpectedly. Caught off God means surprised unexpectedly. Sighed means took a deep breath. Instinctively means naturally, without thinking. Yawn means open mouth due to tiredness. Even Krishnadevaraya was surprised by Rama's words. Without thinking, he took a deep breath and naturally. Rama watched him. Rama watched him keenly, then continued, Your Majesty, is there anyone in this world who does not earn? It is as natural as breathing. Keenly, certainly or attentively. Tenali Ramakrishna carefully observed the king's reaction. Then he asked a question, pointing out that yawning is common to everyone. It is as natural as breathing. Rama explained that yawning is a normal human action, just like breathing. Everyone does it, and it is not something to feel bad about. The king's expression shifted as a realization dawned. Expression, look on the face. Shifted means changed. Realization means understanding. Dawned means become clear suddenly. Here the facial expression of Krishnadevaraya changed as he suddenly understood the truth. His mind raced back to the quarrel with the queen. Raced back means quickly remembered. Quarrel means argument. Quarrel. Here the king quickly remembered the argument he had with his queen. He remembered scolding her harshly for yawning while he recited his poem. Scolding means speaking angrily. Harshly means very strictly or rudely. Recited means read aloud. Here, He remembered that he had angrily shouted at the queen because she earned while he was reading his poem. He realized how unfair he had been. He realized how unfair he had been. Here, unfair means not right or unjust. The king understood that his behavior was wrong and unjust towards the queen. If I had known that yawning was not a sign of disrespect, I wouldn't have taken her gesture so personally, so thought regret filling his heart. Disrespect means lack of respect. Gesture means action or movement. Personally means taking something as an insult. Regret means feeling sorry. Regret means feeling sorry. Here the king thought that if he had known Anning was natural and not disrespectful, he would not have felt insulted. Now he felt very sorry for his mistake. That evening, the king approached the queens with a softened expression. Approached, went near, softened expression, kind and gentle look. That evening, Krishnadevaraya went to meet the queen. His face looked calm and kind, showing that his anger had reduced. Tirulamba, he began his voice gentle. I have been foolish. Gentle means soft and kind. Foolish means unwise, not thinking properly. The king spoke softly to Tirulamba and admitted that he had acted foolishly. Tirulamba, he began his voice gentle. I have been foolish. I see now that I overreacted. Overreacted means reacted too strongly or unnecessarily. Here the king said that he now understands he reacted too strongly to a small situation. I let my pride be, blind me. I am sorry. I let my pride blind me. I am sorry. Here, pride means self respect or ego. Blind means unable to see the truth. Unable to see the truth. Blind means. Here, the king admitted that his ego stopped him from seeing the truth and understanding the situation properly. I am so sorry. Here, the king sincerely apologized the queen for his mistake. The queen, who had longed for this moment, smiled and replied, if you like, we will leave this quarrel behind us. The queen longed for means waited eagerly for. The queen Tirumulamba had been waiting for this moment for a long time. She felt happy and smiled as she responded to the king. If you like, we can leave this quarrel behind us. Quarrel means argument or fight. Leave behind means forget and move on. The queen said that they could forget the past argument and move forward peacefully. I would very much like to listen to you. I very much like to listen to your poem. Here, the queen politely expressed her interest in listening to the king's poem again. Rama, he had who had orchestrated this settlement, felt victorious. Here, orchestrated means planned and arranged carefully. Settlement means a solution or argument. Victorious means successful, feeling like a winner. Here, Tenali Ramakrishna had cleverly planned and solved the problem between the king and the queen. He felt happy and successful became his plan worked. The king and the queen later presented him with valuable gifts for his service. Presented means gave, valuable, precious. Here the king Krishnadevaraya and the queen Tirumulamba thanked Rama by giving him expensive and valuable gifts for helping them. The royal couple bond was restored and the palace brimmed once again with joy and laughter. Bond means relationship, restored means brought back to normal, brimmed means filled completely. Here, the relationship between the king and the queen became normal again. The palace was once again filled with happiness and laughter. Here, the conclusion of the story is here the lesson shows how wisdom, patience, and understanding can solve even difficult personal problems. Tenali Ramakrishna used his intelligence and humor to help Krishnadevaraya realize his mistake. The king understood that he had misunderstood a natural action like earning and allowed his pride to affect his judgment. In the end, the king apologized to Tirumulamba and their relationship was restored. The story teaches us that we should not jump to conclusion or let ego control our actions. Instead, we should think calmly, understand others, and communicate clearly to maintain harmony in relations in relationships. Okay. Thank you, my dear students. This is the first lesson in 8th class. Now I am going to give each and every lesson in 8th class. If you watching this movie first time, all of you have to subscribe this channel for more lessons and more grammar videos, and share this video to the needy people. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe Jagruti English Grammar for All.